Welcome to Game 2 of today's doubleheader between UMass Boston and UMass Dartmouth. UMass Dartmouth took Game 1 5-4, scoring 4 runs in the top of the 7th inning. Jill Richards threw a complete game, 7 innings, allowed 11 hits, 4 runs, only 2 of them earned, 8 strikeouts to 1 walk. Earned her 3rd win of the season. Brianna Melchionda had the loss there, 6 2/3 inning. Gave up 8 runs, gave up 8 hits, 5 runs, 2 of them earned, 10 strikeouts, ties her career high, and allowed 2 walks. So we will get set here for Game 2. UMass Dartmouth wearing their white tops, blue pants. We'll go over the lineup real quick here for the Corsairs. Leading off the catcher, Diaute Rodas. Batting second is the shortstop, Leah Major. Batting third is the center fielder, Kylie Fletcher. Jill Richards will be playing first base. Batting fourth, Haley Lyons. The third baseman batting fifth, Julia Sorrentino, will be the designated player. Caitlin Shershak will be pitching and batting seventh for the Corsairs. Lindsay Miracle bats eighth in left, and Sky Barubi will be playing right field, batting ninth. Junior Haley Catania in the circle for the Beacons here for Game 2. And she'll get ready for her first pitch of this appearance, a strike to Rodas. So Catania, 4 appearances, 4 starts. She's 0-2 on the year, 7.14 ERA coming into today's game. 16.2 innings pitched, 29 hits, 18 runs, 17 of those 18 earned. Rodas swings at her second pitch there, out of play, foul. Catania, 3 strikeouts on the year, 2 walks. Opponents are hitting .387 off the junior. So 0-2 the count here to Rodas. Catania winds up for the pitch here. Rodas scorches that one foul down the right base, or the third base line. So Rodas has not been retired yet today. And she watches that one go low for a ball. So Rodas in Game 1, singled in the first, walked in the third, hit a double in the 5th, and then got hit by a pitch in the 7th. So she has yet to be retired today. She'll swing at that one, another one foul behind the plate. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the freshman catcher. Catania gets the call from the dugout. That one a little high, out of the zone. Evens the count to 2-2. And that one scorched high to left center. That one might be out, and it's not. Hits the fence. And Rodas wheels her way into second base. High fly ball to left center. The freshman leadoff double to get the Corsairs started here in Game 2. So Diana Rodas might have just been 1 or 2 feet shy of sending that ball out of the field here. It would have been her first home run of her career. Instead, she gets her 8th, double of her season. And Leah Major keeps it going. She hits a single over to right field, and Rodas will be held at third. Coach Amy Sasson, coaching third base for the Corsairs, will hold the freshman catcher at third instead of sending her. Good throw there from Drew Washington to get that ball in quickly. So we've got runners on the corners here for UMass Dartmouth. This will bring up Kylie Fletcher, senior center fielder. Catania winds up here. Fletcher hits that over to the shortstop. Sydney Sandin can't field it cleanly. And Deanna Rodas will come in to score for the Corsairs. So UMass Dartmouth getting it going early. The first 3 batters have reached safely. That'll be an error on the shortstop, Sydney Sandin. So Rodas will score. Major moves to second. And Fletcher will reach first on the error by Sandin. This will bring up Jill Richards. Pitch to win in game 1 for the Corsairs. She'll be playing first base in game 2. Catania winds up for the pitch. High ball there, but Richards chases it, hits that one foul. So Catania winds up for the pitch here. Low, good hold there by Landry. Catania gets the call from the dugout. Winds and deals and gets Richards to swing and miss on that one. Strikeout number 1 of the day for Haley Catania. Retires Jill Richards. This will lead to Haley Lyons, the third baseman for the Corsairs, stepping up for her first at bat here of game 2. Lyons holds on that one. Good eye there from the freshman. 5'9" freshman from Hayden, Idaho. Hayden, Idaho. Idaho, still a long ways from home here for the freshman. Swings at that one, lifts it into left field. And that'll be a single to load the bases up for the Corsairs. So, Major to third, Fletcher to second, and Lyons reaches first. This will bring up Julia Sorrentino, the designated player here in game 2. Sorrentino watches that one wide for ball 1. Pitch here to Sorrentino, ball 2. Bases loaded, 1 out here for the Beacons. Sorrentino scorches that one down the first base line. That'll score 1. Fletcher will come in to score. That'll score 2. And just like that, 3-0 Corsairs lead here in the top of the first inning. So Julia Sorrentino, who pinch hit in game 1 late in the 7th inning, will now start here in game 2, and she'll give herself 2 RBIs in the first inning. So Major scores, Fletcher scores. Haley Lyons moves to third, so runners on the corner again. Sorrentino on first, Lyons on third. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Caitlin Shershak, pitcher today in game 2 for the Corsairs, will also bat for herself. Catania will throw a fastball high, out of the zone for ball 1. Catania gets the call from the dugout. Winds up and gets Shershak to swing and miss on that one. So evens out the count to 1-1. Catania with a pitch here again. Shershak attacks that one again. Foul behind the plate. So Sorrentino on first. Doesn't look like she will be stealing. Although you never know what Coach Amy Sasson in her 11th season with the Corsairs might have up her sleeve. And that just missed outside for Catania. Good pitch there from the junior. Catania instead deals a strike down the middle. Didn't retire her on the first pitch there. Looked to be in relatively the same spot there. And gets Shershak on the strikeout looking. So 2 strikeouts in the first inning for Catania. Both outs in this inning have come via the strikeout. This will bring up Lindsay Miracle playing left field for the Corsairs in this game. Ball low there from Catania. Coach Ardagna will call time. Wants to talk it over with her infield. So runners on first and second here. I think Coach Ardagna's talking about her middle infielders maybe pinching in a little bit closer to second base, figuring out who will take the throw in the chance that Sorrentino steals second. Obviously got to keep an eye on Lyons, who's at third base right now. So Lyons has not attempted a stolen base so far this season. I don't think she would steal home either. Sorrentino has also not attempted a stolen base. So likely not running. Lindsay Miracle up at bat. Hitting from the left side here. She'll hit that one into the gap into left center. Lyons will score. Sorrentino holds up at second. And tack that on run number 4 for the Corsairs. So Lindsay Miracle gets a 2-out single and an RBI. Plates Lyons, lands herself at first. So Julia Sorrentino moves to second, and this will bring up Sky Barabee. Barabee playing right field in game 2 for the Corsairs today. And first pitch strike there from Catania. Catania deals pitch number 2 here to Barabee. That one goes out foul. So 0-2 the count here to Sky Barabee. UMass Dartmouth has already plated 4 runs here in the top of the first inning. Barabee, the 9-hole hitter for the Corsairs, up in the top of the first. That pitch high there, checks the runner at first. And Sorrentino with great base running skills takes the advantage there from Tam Landry checking the runner at first. So Landry kind of hitting herself in the helmet there. I guess didn't realize that their lead runner was on second. When you're checking a runner on first base, that runner on second likely to take third. And good job by Julia Sorrentino to take advantage of that lapse by Landry. So now we got runners on the corners again. Good job, though, by Lindsay Miracle to maybe take a bigger lead on first to draw that throw. That's good heads-up softball there by the Corsairs. And a deal there. Barabee slings that one foul down the right field side. So Catania, this will be her 23rd pitch of the inning. Deals here, Barabee hits that one high over to second base. Kelly Danahy under it, makes the grab for out number 3 of the first inning. So with 5 hits, UMass Dartmouth scores 4 runs, 2 of them earned. here in the top of the first inning. We will be back for the bottom of the first. UMass Boston gets their first ups of game number 2. So bottom of the first here in game number 2. Welcome back to the Beacons Broadcast Network on the LEC Network here. UMass Boston, UMass Dartmouth here in game number 2. UMass Dartmouth off to a hot start here. Scored 4 runs in the top of the first inning already. For the Beacons, we will see their lineup: Kaylee Ruggiero batting first, playing third. Brittany Burkett in center, batting second. Kelly Danahy, the second baseman, batting third. Bree Melchionda will be the designated player today, batting fourth. Batting fifth will be Drew Washington in right field. Tam Landry will bat sixth, catching. Sydney Sandin will bat seventh as the shortstop. Tori DeCenzo will bat eighth as the first baseman. And rounding up the lineup for the Beacons will be left fielder Sarah Harlinski. On the mound for the Corsairs in game number 2 will be Caitlin Shershak. Shershak, 8 appearances, 5 starts on the year, 1-3 record. Starts that one off with the ball low to Ruggiero. So Shershak, freshman pitcher from Enfield, Connecticut. Went to Enfield High School. Throws ball too high to Ruggiero. Shershak, 5.97 ERA, 29.1 innings pitched, 34 hits, 25 earned runs, 26 strikeouts to 12 walks so far. That changeup hit by Ruggiero, high fly ball into left field, caught cleanly by the left fielder Lindsay Miracle. So Ruggiero is retired for the first out of the inning. So bring up Brittany Burkett. Burkett, a junior out of Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Looks to slap there. Holds back. Good eye there by the junior. Ball number 1 to Burkett. Drops a beautiful bunt there down the third base side, and Lions unable to make that play. By the time she fielded the ball, Burkett was already standing at first base. So Brittany Burkett gets herself another hit this season. That is the 3rd time she's laid a bunt down today, and the 3rd time that she has been safe on a bunt. Executes them perfectly, something that Coach Josh Bartley loves about his center fielder this season. This will bring up second baseman Kelly Danahy. Danahy will drop down a bunt, but it'll go foul. How about this for Brittany Burkett? Came into this game with a .421 batting average, which is 3rd best in the Little East Conference. She's got 4 runs, which is tied for 3rd best on the team. Danahy holds on that swing there. Burkett, one of the faster players on this UMass Boston team here. Has not had a steal yet thus far today. Danahy drops down a bunt. Lions fields it, throws over to first. That'll get her. Burkett on her way over to third. Slides in there, out in a double play for the Corsairs. Inning-ending double play. 5-3-6 double play. Coach Josh Bartley arguing the play there with home plate umpire. saying that Perquette had slid in before the throw. So, just like that, UMass Boston gets a runner on base, but the Corsairs end the inning with a 5-3-6 double play. So Danahy, although she dropped a beautiful bunt there, good play by Lions with a great throw to the second baseman, Anna Kerwood. Kerwood with a great throw. Major covering the bag there on third. The slide of Perquette too late and not in time with the throw from Kerwood. So just like that, Beacons got a runner on, but can't make anything of it. We'll be back here for the top of the second inning. So after a very eventful first inning here for both teams, Corsairs score 4 runs in the top of the first and then get out of an inning-ending double play in the bottom of the first. Top of the order here for the Corsairs will be up, and Deanna Rodas hits a high fly ball. Seems to be tailing foul, but Sandin gets under it in foul territory, makes the first out of the second inning. So that's the first time Deanna Rodas has been retired today. Hit a leadoff double back in the first inning, scored. And now Leah Major will be up. Major slaps that one straight to Danahy. What a great shot there. Good heads-up play by Kelly Danahy. Hard hit ball. Line out to the second baseman for Major. So after a long first inning for the Beacons, they've got 2 outs here in the top of the second. Kylie Fletcher steps up to the plate. Senior center fielder out of Dighton, Massachusetts. Catania winds and deals. Ground ball over to Danahy. Fields it cleanly over to DeCenzo in a 1-2-3 second inning for the Beacons. So no hits, no runs, and no errors in the top of the second inning. We'll be back for the bottom of the second right after this. Welcome back here to UMass Boston. Bottom of the second inning between the Beacons and the Corsairs. Caitlin Shershak on the mound for the Corsairs. Freshman pitcher has only thrown 8 pitches in the first inning. Retired Ruggiero with a fly out to left. Perquette reached base on a bunt. And then Kelly Danahy bunted into a 5-3-6 double play to end the first inning. So Bree Melchionda will step up here in the bottom of the second inning, and she'll take a ball outside. So Melchionda, who pitched in game 1, went 6 2/3 inning, allowed 8 hits, 5 runs, only 2 of them earned, 10 strikeouts to 2 walks. She'll step up to the plate here for her first at-bat of game number 2. Change up there by Shershak. Got Melchionda to swing, and that one drops foul. The Lions trying to fight the wind and the sun at the same time could not make the catch foul, so Melchionda will do it again. Melchionda, who in game number 1 went 1 for 4 with a strikeout and a single. Swings at that one, foul. So with Catania pitching, Melchionda will still keep her bat in the lineup. She'll be the designated player today for UMass Boston. Shershak with the pitch there. Melchionda hits it, and it'll drop fair into left field. Miracle fields it cleanly, throws it over to second to keep Melchionda at first. So the Beacons get a leadoff single from their designated player, Brianna Melchionda. This will bring up senior right fielder Drew Washington. Washington went 0 for 3 in game number 1. Flied out to the center fielder, then to the first baseman, grounded out to the shortstop, and then reached on an error by the third baseman. So Drew Washington looking to get her first hit, and she'll throw that one over to the first baseman, Jill Richards, who will make the grab and try to double off Melchionda at first, to no avail. So Washington gets retired on the first pitch that she sees. This will bring up sophomore catcher Tam Landry. So Landry with a double in game number 1. Gives her 4 doubles on the season, tied for first on the team. She'll swing at that one and miss. Good rise ball there from Shershak. Freshman has been very effective here today in Shershak. She'll throw that one and get Landry to swing again. Checks Melchionda at first. Good throw there from Rodas. One out in the bottom of the second. Landry watches that ball. Ooh, that was very close. Shershak and Rodas both asking the umpire where that one missed. Might have been a bit high there on Landry. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Make that 2-2 the count. And Landry will watch that ball high. So a walk issued here to Tam Landry. First walk of the day by Caitlin Shershak. So Melchionda will move to second. Landry at first. And this will bring up Sydney Sandin, the shortstop. Sandin played defensively in game number 1 at shortstop, but did not bat. So she will see herself in the 7 hole for the Beacons. First pitch here, and she hits that one, a dribbler. Over to Lyons, steps on third, tries to throw to first, but won't have a play, so she'll just hold it. Good job there by Lyons to get the force out at third. Haley Lyons retires the lead runner in Melchionda. So this will bring up senior Tori DeCenzo. DeCenzo will scorch that one foul. Almost taking out her assistant coach there in Josh Bartley. Shershak deals a ball high. Big lead there from Tam Landry at second base, trying to get Rodas to force a throw. Rodas will just walk her back instead. 1-1 count here to DeCenzo. DeCenzo bites it. The third pitch she sees, that one go foul. 1-2. DeCenzo, 1 for 2 in game number 1. And she'll watch ball number, strike number 3. Climb in there. Second strikeout on the day for DeCenzo. That'll end the inning for the Beacons. So Caitlin Shershak dealing quickly and effectively for the Corsairs. We'll be back for the top of the third inning right after this. Welcome back here to the Beacons Broadcast Network. Top of the third inning between interstate rivals UMass Boston and UMass Dartmouth. So Haley Catania on the mound for the third time here for UMass Boston. Bit of a slow start on the year for the junior pitcher. The only pitcher on this pitching staff with any college experience. And Jill Richards will hit that one over to left center. Harlinski will field it, throw it into the shortstop, so Jill Richards gets a leadoff single for the Corsairs. Richards, who struck out her first time up, will now get a single to left center. Coach Ardagna would like to have a chat with the home plate umpire. I think we're going to have a little bit of a change here. So Perquette will come off. Harlinski will move to center. I believe Allie Diaute will play left field for the Beacons. So we've seen this lineup from Coach Ardagna a couple times before. Harlinski will now move to center. Diaute will play left. So Haley Catania in 2019, 23 appearances, 16 games started, 4.04 ERA with a 7 wins, 8 loss record. She had a career high 9 strikeouts against UNE on March 13th. Pitched a career high 10 innings and allowed just 1 earned run against Wheaton College in the Beacons' extra inning win. So this year, off to a little bit of a slow start here for the junior. She'll deal a ball low to Lyons. Lyons singled her first time up. And there's a strike in there to even the count to Lyons to 1-1. Pitch here from Catania. That ball hit out to center field. Harlinski not able to reach it. Richards will round second, head her way to third. And Lyons in safely, standing at second with a double. So Haley Lyons, 2 for 2 so far here in game number 2. Richards moves to third. Lyons will move to second. And I think we're going to have a pitching change here for UMass Boston. So we saw Megan Adams come in for a third of an inning in game number 1. We'll see her here in the top of the third inning as well. We'll be back right after this. So welcome back here. Top of the third inning. Pitching change for UMass Boston. Megan Adams will come in for Haley Catania. And the first pitch here from Adams. A slow roller grounded. Fielded by Ruggiero. Throw to first in time, but not in time on the throw to the plate. So Sorrentino will get an RBI on that play. So Kaylee Ruggiero fielded that cleanly. Throw over to first was in time. DeCenzo tried to get Richards at home, but not in time. So Richards will score. Now a wild pitch, and that'll score Lions. So 2 more runs added to the board here for the Corsairs. Well, that'll go as a wild pitch for Adams. Caitlin Shershak will bat for the Corsairs. Doing the pitching as well for UMass Dartmouth. She'll hit that one up the middle. So Caitlin Shershak gets her first hit of the day. So now it'll be Lindsay Miracle batting for the Corsairs. Miracle with an RBI single back in the first. Miracle swings on that one over to Sandin. Sandin flips it over to the second baseman, Danahy. Was it in time for the force out? No, it wasn't. So field ump not really making a call there in time, but By the fact that Shershak is standing at second base, we're going to say that she's safe there. So that'll be 2 errors for the day on Sandin. This will bring up Sky Barabee. Barabee, the right fielder for the Corsairs here in this game. Hold that ball there low. So Barabee moved from left to right here in game number 2. Played left field in game number 1. Her and Miracle switching positions here in game number 2. Barabee will swing at that one. Evens the count to 1-1. So the pitch here from Adams. High for ball number 2. So we got 1 out here for the Corsairs. Julia Sorrentino, the only player to be retired this inning so far. So Barabee hits that one. A line shot up the middle. Shershak will be rounded and she'll go to home. So Shershak waved home by Coach Amy Sasson. Lindsay Miracle will go to third. And Sky Barabee has an RBI double on the day. So 7-0 Corsairs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Top of the order for the Corsairs, Indiana Rodas. Rodas with the double in the 1st. Fly out to the shortstop in the 2nd. Adams will deal her 11th pitch of the 3rd inning. And that ball will be low as well. So Adams, not somebody who's going to overpower you with speed on the mound. Well, what she brings is a lot of spin on her pitches. She'll throw quote-unquote waste pitches to get batters to try to swing at. She'll change the eye level that they're seeing at. And Rodas calls time. So we'll see a lot of curves, drop balls, fastballs from Adams. Adams gets the call from the dugout. Wind up for the pitch here. Low again, Landry. Good job of keeping the ball in front of her. So Megan Adams really making her counterpart, Tam Landry, work hard here. Deanna Rodas gets ready for the pitch. She'll swing at that one, miss. And that'll be strike number 2 on the catch here. So full count here. 1 out in the top of the 3rd. Miracle at 3rd. Barabee at 2nd. Rodas at the plate. Megan Adams deals. Rodas hits that one. Grounder over to Kaylee Ruggiero at 3rd. Makes the play to 1st. Out. So Rodas with an RBI ground out scores Miracle. So 8-0 in 3 innings here for the Corsairs. They've done a tremendous job of just stringing together hits. UMass Boston's helped them out a little bit with a couple errors here and there. But the Corsairs doing a phenomenal job of not trying to overpower any pitches, just stringing together good hits, good heads-up base running as well. This will bring up Leah Major. Her third time up in as many innings. Had a single in the first, lined out to Danahy in the second. Two outs here. Major will swing at that one, foul. So 1-1 the count. Adams ready for her 17th pitch of the inning. Deals that one. Beautiful changeup there from the sophomore. Gets Major to chase. So 2 outs here for Major. Barabee on third. Reached with a RBI double earlier. And that ball will be low. Barabee running home, and she'll slide in safe. So Barabee makes it 9-0 with a wild pitch from Adams. So Major doesn't have to worry about an RBI now. Just trying to keep the inning alive here for the Corsairs, and they've done their damage. They've scored 4 runs in the first, 5 runs now in the third inning. Can Major add more to that tally? Pitch here from Adams. She'll try to bunt it, and it'll go foul. So that should be out number 3. Is that not out number 3? There we go. And we've got 3 outs here. So the ruling there, if you have 2 strikes on you and you try to bunt and you're on that third strike and it goes foul, that counts as an out. So Major maybe having a little bit of a mental prolapse there, but bunted on that pitch there. It went foul, so that'll count as out number 3 for the Beacons. So Corsairs do their damage. They score 5 runs in the top of the third to make it 9-0. So welcome back here to UMass Boston Field. Bottom of the third inning here. Sarah Harlinski, the now center fielder for the Beacons, will be up to bat. She attempts at a slap bunt there. Doesn't make any contact. So Harlinski originally started in left field for the Beacons, moved to center after Burkett was taken out to what I believe is a quad injury that Burkett is nursing, which is a true shame to see if you're a Beacons fan. Burkett has been on fire thus far this season and here today. So Harlinski, with 2 strikes on her, hits that one foul. Harlinski 1 for 3 in game number 1 with a single, a ground out, and a fly out. And she'll slap that one foul, and we'll do it again. So Shershak has been dealing efficiently in the circle for the Corsairs. Harlinski slaps that one over to the shortstop Major, who gets it in time. Throw from the senior shortstop Leah Major over to fellow senior Jill Richards at first was in time to get Harlinski. First base coach Caitlin Morse challenging the play there, and so field umpire for today's game number 2 is Arnold Walken. The home plate umpire will be Stephen Morgan. So Walken called Harlinski out. Assistant coach for the Beacons, Caitlin Morse, who also played for the Beacons 4 years ago, challenging that call. The likelihood. And it'll be overturned. So how about that? So now Coach Amy Sasson for the Corsairs wanting to talk to Stephen Morgan, asking what they saw. So Harlinski finds her way at first base with an infield single. So now Coach Sasson wanting to have a talk with field umpire Arnold Walken, trying to get a little bit of a description on what he saw from his angle. So originally, Walken called Harlinski out and then asked for a second opinion to home plate umpire Stephen Morgan. I believe Morgan called her safe. So now there will be another discussion between the umpires here. The call will stand as it appears on the field, so Harlinski will stay at first base. And now Coach Sasson having a talk with her infield there, trying to calm her team. They've got a hefty lead here in the third inning. UMass Boston trying to string some hits together to get her at least one run on the board here. So bring up Kaylee Ruggiero. Ruggiero flew out to the left fielder in the first inning. Ruggiero's been red hot today. In game number 1, she went 3 for 4, 2 doubles, and a triple with 3 RBIs. She'll swing at that one. Makes no contact there, so 1-1 the count here to Ruggiero. Ruggiero holds on that one. Rise ball pitch there from Shershak. And she'll swing at that one over to the second baseman, Kerwood, who is leaned down but makes the play. Anna Kerwood, what a great play there. I don't know if she tripped or if she purposely laid down to field that play there, but nevertheless tried to go to second, realized she wasn't going to get Harlinski in time, and then went to first and got Ruggiero in time. So 4-3 play there for Kerwood. And Ruggiero's the first out here of the third inning. So Harlinski moves to second, and now Allie Diaute, who came into the game for Perquette. So Diaute now playing left field. We'll see her first step out of the day. Swings at that one, foul behind the plate. Allie Diaute Jr. out of Braintree, Massachusetts. Holds on that ball outside. Diaute does some catching. Also now playing some outfield for the Beacons. Somebody who can play multiple positions for Coach Ardagna. And Shershak deals on the pitch here. Diaute slaps that one over to the right field side, and that'll wave over Harlinski. Harlinski will make it up standing home. Diaute taking advantage of the missed throw there by Barabee in right field, and she'll get over to second base. UMass Boston is on the board. So Diaute comes into the game and produces for UMass Boston. A single to right field. Barabee on the throw home. Not in time to get Harlinski, and Diaute will advance to second. So this will bring up senior Kelly Danahy. And a change-up pitch there from Shershak just missed outside. So Danahy last time up, grounding into a 5-3-6 double play. And she'll hit that one right up the middle. So Coach Bartley waving Allie Diaute home. And Danahy will slide in a second, safe. So Kelly Danahy gets an RBI double here in the bottom of the third inning. So UMass Boston gets 2 back. Cuts down the lead to 9-7. Kelly Danahy keeping her streak going. So far here this season, has had a great senior season for Kelly Danahy. This will bring up Bree Melchianda. Melchianda singled in the second to left field. Hits that one foul. So Danahy is now on a 10-game hitting streak. Hit safely in all 10 games this season. Also leads the LEC in batting average coming into today. Melchianda for the Beacons came into today leading in RBIs with 6. Swings at that one to no avail. And gets another one high, foul. So Harlinski scored, Diaute scored. Danahy on second. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. And a changeup will get Melchianda. Beautiful pitch there by Shershak. Floats that one in for strike number 3. This will bring up Drew Washington, who lined out to the first baseman back in the second inning. And that ball low, Danahy holding. Rodas will check her on that throw, and Danahy will now take off for third base. The throw from Kerwood in time to get Danahy out. So Kelly Danahy trying to capitalize there on a missed throw from the catcher Rodas. But Anna Kerwood, the second baseman, with a great throw to the third baseman Lyons. Lyons applied the tag in time to retire Kelly Danahy. Coach Josh Bartley arguing that there was obstruction on that play. Umpires not agreeing. So this will lead us to the top of the fourth. We'll be back right after this on the Beacons Broadcast Network. So now we have another pitching change here for the Beacons. It'll be Emily Doble, the freshman out of Danvers, Massachusetts, coming into pitch for UMass Boston. So Catania started this game, went 2 innings, allowed 7 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them earned, 2 strikeouts, no walks. Adams went 1 inning, full inning, allowed 2 hits, 3 runs, 1 of them earned. Had a strikeout and no walks. So Doble will be the third pitcher here for UMass Boston. And a defensive change as well. It'll be Bellinado playing shortstop for the Beacons, replacing Sydney Sandin. Nato, another freshman from North Smithfield, Rhode Island, playing in her first collegiate game defensively for the Beacons, has come in for a couple of pinch hit and pinch run opportunities. Doble, first pitch strike from the freshman. And she will face Kylie Fletcher. Fletcher hits a single up the middle to get the top of the fourth inning started. So Fletcher's got her first hit of game number 2. Reached in the first and scored a run with an error from the shortstop, and then grounded out to second in the second inning. So this will bring up Jill Richards, 1 for 2 so far in game number 2. A single and a strikeout so far. Scored a run as well. Doble will wind. Fletcher stealing the throw in time to get Fletcher. Great throw there from the catcher, Tam Landry, just in time to get the speedy Fletcher trying to steal second. Good job by the freshman shortstop as well, Bella Nato, to be there and apply that tag. So Fletcher gets on with a single, steals second, but gets caught, or tries to steal second and gets caught. So now Jill Richards, still up to bat here, will swing at that one over to the shortstop, Nato, who fields it, makes the throw in time. One bounce there over to DeCenzo. DeCenzo able to field that, scoop it up cleanly. That'll be out number 2 for the Corsairs. So Nato, coming into the game defensively, replacing Sandin, makes a great defensive play there on the tag to get the runner Fletcher out. And then fields the ball cleanly. Doesn't make the best throw, but in time to get Richards out at first. This will bring up Haley Lyons. 2 for 2 so far here in game number 2 is Lyons. Singled in the first and a double in the third. Has scored 2 runs for the Corsairs so far. And that strike on the inside corner there on Lyons. So Doble dealing efficiently here for the Beacons. Ahead 0-2 on the third baseman, Lyons. And gets her swing in there. So Emily Doble comes in relief for Adams and throws a 1-2-3 fourth inning. So we'll be back for the bottom of the fourth inning for the Beacons. Welcome back here to the bottom of the 4th inning. So far, UMass Dartmouth, 9 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. They've only left two batters on base. 7 RBI so far for the Corsairs. On the flip side for UMass Boston, they've scored 2 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors, 2 left on base, and 2 strikeouts. So Drew Washington steps up to bat here, her 2nd time today. Washington lined out to the first baseman, her last time up, and then was up in the 3rd inning, but didn't have an opportunity to produce. Kelly Danahy got caught stealing on her way to 3rd. Ball there thrown by Shershak. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to Washington. And Washington hits that one over to Kerwood, makes the play. So another line out for Washington, this time to the 2nd baseman, Anna Kerwood. Well, this will bring up the catcher, Tam Landry. Made a beautiful throw to get Kylie Fletcher stealing on the top of the 4th. Walked her last time up and then got left on base. Shershak getting ready for her 51st pitch of today's contest. That one high and outside for a ball. Shershak deals that one. Landry, high fly ball over to left field. Major backing up on it, but Kylie Fletcher runs all the way over from center field to make the catch behind the shortstop. So Fletcher showing off her speed there, calling off everybody else. As the center fielder, she does have priority of any ball hit to the outfield. Something you're always told if you're in the outfield, you listen to your center fielder. If they call for it, you let them have it. That's exactly what Fletcher did. This will bring up Bella Nato. Nato will swing at the first pitch a little too early for strike number 1. So Nato came into the game in the 4th inning, replacing Sydney Sandin at shortstop. So Nato on the year, no hits, scored a run, so 2 at-bats thus far for the Beacons. Looking to get her first collegiate hit here against the Corsairs. Shershak, the freshman in the circle, so far has only allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned. And Nato slapped that one foul. You can hear the wind howling here at UMass Boston. It's picked up a little bit now, swirling in every direction. It changes every inning. So any ball hit to the outfield or that gets some air could be dangerous. Nato hits a grounder over to Lyons. Lyons in time to first for out number 3. So Corsairs get a quick 1-2-3 outing in the bottom of the 4th inning here. We'll be back for the top of the 5th right after this. Corsairs lead 9-2. So back here on the Little East Conference Network and the Beacons Broadcast Network, it'll be the top of the 5th inning. Game 2 moving along pretty quickly after an eventful first couple innings for the Corsairs. Tallied 9 runs within the first 3 innings here. Emily Doble is the 3rd pitcher for UMass Boston, appearing here in Game 2 today. And she throws one to Sorrentino, fields that one right back at her, and Doble makes the first out of the 5th inning. So Sorrentino, hard hit ball back to the pitcher. Doble able to field it cleanly, lobbed it over to DeCenzo. So Caitlin Shershak will step up now. Last time singled to center field. Struck out looking in the first. This one she'll pop it up into the infield. Ruggiero will call it off and make out number 2. So far for Emily Doble, 2 pitches, 2 outs in the top of the 5th. This will bring up Lindsay Miracle. Miracle playing left field here in Game 2. RBI single in the first, reached on an error by the shortstop in the 3rd. So it won't be a 3-pitch inning for Doble, as Miracle takes a first pitch strike, or ball, excuse me. But maybe a 4-pitch inning for Doble. Fields that one and throws it. So Emily Doble, 4 pitches, 3 outs, top of the 5th inning. Quickest inning the Beacons have seen thus far here today. So we'll be back for the bottom of the 5th inning. UMass Boston due to have up DeCenzo, Harlinski, Ruggiero. Welcome back here to the bottom of the 5th inning. UMass Boston trailing the Corsairs 9-2 here in game number 2. Corsairs took game number 1 5-4 from the Beacons as well. So stay tuned for after game number 2 as we honor the UMass Boston seniors, Kelly Danahy, Tori DeCenzo, and Drew Washington. It's their senior day here this 2021 season. And Tori DeCenzo will step up for her 2nd time in game number 2. So she'll hit that one down the 3rd base line, and it'll be fair. So DeCenzo rounds first, opts to stay put. Good throw by Miracle over to 2nd. So Tori DeCenzo gets a leadoff single to start the bottom of the 5th for the Beacons. So bring up Sarah Harlinski, 1 for 1 so far today. Reached on a single to the shortstop. Originally it was called out on that play, but overturned by a challenge. So we'll see what Harlinski opts to do here. Drops down a bunt. Lyons fields it, throws it, not in time to get Harlinski. So good throw there by Lyons, just not in time to get the speedy Sarah Harlinski. So just like that, 2 up, 2 on for the Beacons. DeCenzo moves to 2nd. Harlinski stays at 1st. And top of the order, and Kaylee Ruggiero up for the Beacons. So Ruggiero, 3 for 4 in game number 1, but 0 for 2 here in game number 2. Had a fly out to the left fielder in the 1st, grounded out to the 2nd baseman in the 3rd. She's got 2 runners on, an excellent hitter with runners in scoring position is Ruggiero. And she'll swing at that one. That'll be high into center field. Fletcher calls for it, catches it. And that'll retire Ruggiero for the third time here in game number 2. So first out of the bottom of the 5th. This will bring up Allie Diaute. Diaute, the junior catcher outfielder, more like a utility player for UMass Boston this season, from Braintree, Massachusetts. Played with her twin sister, Gigi Diaute, for their first 2 years here at UMass Boston. Diaute swings at that one, pulls it foul. So Shorshak has thrown 60 pitches so far. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 earned run. Diaute will bunt that one. It'll stay fair. And Lions waiting for it to go foul, and it will not. So UMass Boston loaded up the bases here. A bunt from Harlinski, a bunt from Diaute. And their best hitter on this lineup, Kelly Danahy, comes up to bat. If you're a Beacons fan, this is the person who you want at the plate right now with the bases loaded. Danahy, not known to be a home run hitter, but a consistent hitter. Flies that one out to left field, and it'll fall! DeCenzo will score. Harlinski will wheel her way into third, and Kelly Danahy's got herself another hit here today. Another run tacked on for the Beacons. We mentioned how prominent this wind has been here on the campus of UMass Boston, right by the water, right by the harbor. The flags are flying all over the place. Tough play for Miracle to make. That ball had a lot of backspin on it. Didn't seem like it was going to go very far. That's a far run for Lindsay Miracle, and she's got some speed on her. So bases loaded for Bree Melchionda. Melchionda checks, swings at that one. And did she go? She did. So that'll be strike number 1 on Melchionda. A ball outside there for Melchionda. So Harlinski on third, Diaute on second, Danahy on first. Melchionda hits another one foul, 1-2 the count. So UMass Boston seeming to be able to string together a couple of hits here, playing some small ball. Melchionda swings and misses at strike number 3. That'll be the second out of the inning, and the third strikeout on the day for Caitlin Shurshak. Second strikeout for Melchionda. So bring up Drew Washington, 0 for 2 here in game number 2, looking for her first hit of the day on her senior day. Bases loaded full of Beacons. And that ball high, Harlinski will come home and will score standing. All the runners will advance. Diaute over to third, Danahy over to second. That'll make it 9-4 Corsairs. So a base open to put Washington on. Shurshak deals a changeup. Great change of speed there. Kerwood fields that cleanly behind first base there to get out number 3 of the 5th inning. So UMass Boston chipping away at the Corsairs lead. They score 2 more in the bottom of the 5th inning. UMass Dartmouth still leads 9-4. Come back for the top of the 6th right after this. And we're back here for the top of the 6th inning. Corsairs leading 9-4 against UMass Boston. Beacons put up 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Corsairs will start the 6th with their 9-hole hitter in Sky Barabee. Barabee hits that one over to right field. Washington does not catch it. Pops in and out of her glove. Barabee rounds first, slides into second safely. And Sky Barabee's got herself a lead-off double here in the top of the 6th inning. Interesting to see if they'll actually rule that an error on Washington, as it did hit her glove and then bounced out, or if they'll call that a hit. Coach Amy Sasson talking to home plate umpire here. Might see a pinch runner for Barabee. So I believe it'll be Sarah Orton. Number 4, Sarah Orton, pinch running for Barabee at second base. This will bring up the top of the order for UMass Dartmouth and Deanna Rodas. Rodas 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI in game number 2. Has yet to face Doble. Doble throws that one high for ball number 1. So Rodas not in the top 3 in any offensive category for the Corsairs so far this season, but here in this doubleheader, she's done a great job as she flies that one over to left field. Diaute there to make the grab. So Rodas had a tremendous game number 1. And is now 1 for 4 in game number 2. So this will bring up senior shortstop Leah Major. Major's 1 for 3 so far. A single and a run scored. Lined out to the second baseman in the second. She'll swing at that one, get it through, and it'll hit the umpire, actually, so that will be a dead ball. Field umpire couldn't move out of the way fast enough. So if you're UMass Dartmouth, that kind of shoots you in the foot a little bit, because I believe that Orton would have scored on that play. That ball hit hard there by Major between the shortstop and the third baseman, right in that 5-6 hole. I would say that Orton, with her speed, would have scored on that play. But nonetheless, the ball hits the umpire, so it'll be a dead ball. Major on first, Orton on third. Kylie Fletcher up. Fletcher takes a first pitch strike. Sun is starting to set behind a couple buildings here on the campus of UMass Boston. The wind is picking up a little bit even more. Pitch number 2 to Fletcher will be a ball. So 1-1 the count here to Kylie Fletcher. One out so far here in the top of the 6th. Major will take off. No throw from Landry. So Major trots into second base safely. So runners on second and third for the Corsairs. Looking to add a couple more runs to their lead. Kylie Fletcher so far 1 for 3 in game number 2. takes a ball inside. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Fletcher singled her last time up. Gotta think a single here would likely score 2 for the Corsairs. She hits that one over to the right side. Couldn't reach the grab of Kelly Danahy, so Major will round third. The throw from Danahy in time to get Major. Fletcher getting caught there, trying to come back to second base, and in time. So the throw. Great relay there from UMass Boston. They do give up a run, so Orton scores safely on the hit by Fletcher. But Major caught out at the plate. Good relay there from Washington to Danahy to Landry. Landry tagged Major out by at least a step or 2. So that'll be 2 outs here in the 6th inning, and Jill Richards up to bat. Richards 1 for 3 here in game number 2, singled in the 3rd. And hits that one foul over the head of Kaylee Ruggiero. So a speedy Fletcher on second. 0-2 the count to Richards. Emily Doble on the mound. Gets the call from the dugout. Winds, deals. Richards, another one. High fly ball over in foul territory. Diaute unable to get there. Need a ball to play softball, right? There we go. That's what Doble was looking for. Home plate umpire. Hanging on to it, making sure everybody's ready. So we'll get the 0-2 pitch here to Richards. Richards swings and misses at that. Doble gets herself a strikeout on the day. So the Corsairs add another run to their mark. So 10-4 here, UMass Dartmouth. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th inning right after this. Welcome back here to the bottom of the 6th inning on the Beacons Broadcast Network. High-scoring game number 2 here. 10 runs for the Corsairs, 4 for the Beacons. And Caitlin Shershak still on the mound for UMass Dartmouth. She's thrown 70 pitches so far, allowed 9 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk on the day for the freshman pitcher from Enfield, Connecticut. Has done a good job so far of being efficient with her pitches. She'll face Tam Landry. So UMass Boston, last inning, being successful playing some small ball, something that they are used to doing in previous years. Myself included, I played for 3 years under Coach Natalia Ardagna. And I know that they love playing some small ball, love the bunts, but Tam Landry will rip that one over to left field. But Lindsay Miracles got a beat on it, didn't have to move very far to retire out number 1. So a couple of bunts last inning from Diaute, Harlinski. Allowed the Beacons to get a couple of runners on base, try to swing them around. We'll see what Bellinado does here. Nato grounded out to the third baseman her last time up. Still looking for her first hit of her collegiate career. Hits that one, and she'll get it. Oh, Major with a great play. Great diving effort there by Leah Major. Diving to her right, making that backhand grab, but not in time to get Nato. So Bellinado gets her first collegiate hit. And the Beacons have a runner on in the bottom of the 6th inning. This will bring up senior Tori DeCenzo. DeCenzo grounds it to Major at short, flips it over to second at Kerwood, over to first, not in time. So unable to turn the double play, but they get the lead runner in Nato. So DeCenzo grounds into a fielder's choice. Corsairs get the lead runner at second. So DeCenzo will be at first for Harlinski. Harlinski 2 for 2 so far here in game number 2. She'll hit that one into the, no, Leah Major making the great catch there. Looked like that ball was gonna drop, but Major with a great beat on it. And Coach Bartley congratulating the opposing shortstop there on making that good catch. As a shortstop, you want to have a lot of range, and that's exactly what Major showed off there, making that basket catch on what would have fallen into the Bermuda Triangle between the shortstop, second baseman, and the center fielder. You got a lot of speed there in Fletcher, but Major said, no, I'll take this one myself. So, UMass Boston gets a hit in the bottom of the 6th, but cannot score any runs. Still a 10-4 lead here for UMass Dartmouth in game number 2. Doble back on the mound for the Beacons. She's thrown 22 pitches thus far, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, which was unearned, and 2 strikeouts on the day so far. So remember, stay with us at the end of game number 2 for our Senior Day ceremony at UMass Boston, honoring their 3 seniors in Danahy, DeCenzo, and Washington. So up to bat for the Corsairs here on the top of the 7th inning. It'll be Lyons, Sorrentino, and Shershak. Haley Lyons, the third baseman, 2 for 3 today. A single, a double, and a strikeout. One of Doble's 2 strikeouts so far. And she'll hit that one high into center field. Harlinski coming in and catching it for out number 1. So Doble being the most efficient pitcher we've seen for UMass Boston here in game number 2 today. She had a 4-pitch inning in the 5th inning. Retires Lyons on the first pitch of the 7th. She'll face Julia Sorrentino. Sorrentino, 2 for 3 so far with 3 RBIs on the day for the designated player here in game number 2. She'll hit that one over to Ruggiero, who makes the catch and then also makes the throw. So she already made the out by catching the ball, but just to be safe, she'll throw it over to first base. Would have gotten her out anyway, but she'll do it the easy way in the catch. So Sorrentino is retired for out number 2 of the 7th inning. We'll face Caitlin Shershak. Shershak chases after the first one. Shershak 1 for 3 so far today with a single, a strikeout, and a flyout. She'll hit that one foul. Doble deals that one, and Shershak slaps it foul another time. Good fight here from the pitcher and Caitlin Shershak. Shershak coming into today's game batting .150. She's got 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 RBIs, 4 walks in her collegiate career with UMass Dartmouth. She'll swing at that one. Another one foul down the right field side. Doble gets the call from the dugout. It's that one. And you guessed it, another foul ball hit by Shershak. So good battle here. Great at bat by Caitlin Shershak, making Doble deal her some pitches that she likes, fighting off anything she doesn't. 0-2 the count here on Shershak. Doble deals outside for ball number 1. Good eye there by Caitlin Shershak. And that's ball number 2, inside. So Doble doing a good job of mixing outside, inside, high and low. Shershak staying alive, not biting at pitches that she doesn't want. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Shershak will hit that one. Foul down the right field line again. Doble getting ready to throw her 26th pitch. And another one foul. It's got to be at least 6 or 7 foul balls hit by Caitlin Shershak. Good battle here between freshman pitcher Emily Doble and freshman pitcher Caitlin Shershak. Doble gets the sign, winds up, throws that one and gets Shershak. So a good battle there from number 8, Caitlin Shershak, fouling off a bunch of Doble's pitches, but in the end, Emily Doble gets her swing in. So UMass Boston trailing by 6 runs. Their last ups here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They're down 10-4. So welcome back here to the bottom of the 7th inning. Last chance for UMass Boston to get anything going here in game number 2. Trying to avoid the sweep from the Corsairs. Corsairs on the flip side doing a good job of coming back from a 4-1 deficit in game number 1. They scored 4 runs in the top of the 7th inning to win game number 2, 5-4. Have done a great job getting ahead so far here in game number 2. Scored 4 runs in the first inning, 5 runs in the third inning, but have not scored any runs since then. UMass Boston bringing up their top of the order will be Ruggiero, Diaute, Danahy. Ruggiero has yet to get a hit here in game number 2. Went 3 for 4 in game number 1. If you're the Beacons, this is who you want up in the bottom of the 7th here. You want your top of the lineup. And Shershak has been very good and efficient for Coach Amy Sasson. She's thrown 77 pitches so far, 10 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 3 strikeouts. And Ruggiero hits that hard. Lyons gets her body behind it, makes the throw. Richards unable to make the scoop at first base. So Ruggiero won't advance to second. She'll stay put at first. So a hard hit ball to the third baseman, Lyons. I think it might have hit off her shoulder even there. And still makes the throw. Bit of a hurried throw over to Jill Richards at first, who couldn't field it cleanly on the scoop. So Ruggiero at first, Diaute now up at bat. Diaute will swing at the first pitch she sees foul. So they will rule that as an error on the third baseman. So Diaute's 2 for 2 so far here in game number 2. A single in the third and a bunt single in the 5th. Scored the Beacons' first run in the third inning. On deck is senior Kelly Danahy. Diaute hits that one over to the right field side. Barabee diving catch, but not able to make it. Diving attempt, I should say. Fell foul. So we'll do it again. Shershak winds up, pitches at Diaute, hits that one into left center, and Fletcher gets a great beat on it and makes the catch in right center field. Kylie Fletcher turned the Jets on to make that grab. Had some pop on it there from Diaute, hung up in the air a little too long for it to be a catch, for it to be a hit, excuse me. Fletcher doing a good job of getting over to record out number 1. So Kelly Danahy up here for the Beacons. She's got 2 hits so far, trying to extend her team's run here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Danahy hits that over to shortstop. Major makes the out at second, cannot get the out at first. So a 6-4 out for out number 2. So Danahy at first on the fielder's choice. And Bree Melchionda will come up and she will hit that over to Lyons. Lyons with the throw. Richards cannot make the play. And Danahy will find her way at third base. So a soft hit ball to the third baseman, Lyons. Fielded it cleanly, threw it to first at Richards. I don't know if hard to see from this angle, if she maybe threw it a little too far right on the bag or if Richards didn't have a good beat on it. But Melchionda at first, Danahy at third. So runners on the corners, and it'll be Drew Washington looking for her first hit in this doubleheader. So that'll be another error on Lyons. Rule that as an error. Oh, Washington hits that over to Lyons. Lyons fields it, throws it in time to get the out. So UMass Dartmouth now on a 4-game winning streak. They swept Rhode Island College on Tuesday and have now swept UMass Boston here today. So UMass Dartmouth is now 5-10-1 overall and 5-5 in Little East Conference. UMass Boston falls to 2-8 overall and 2-8 in the Little East Conference. So Caitlin Shershak earns the win here today. 88 pitches, 10 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 3 strikeouts to 1 walk. Haley Catania will get the loss here today. 2 innings pitched, 7 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them earned, and 2 strikeouts. So stay tuned with us. We'll be back in just a little bit to go over some Senior Day ceremonies honoring the 3 UMass Boston seniors in Danahy, Washington, and DeCenzo. UMass Dartmouth took game number 1, 5-4, and game number 2, 10-4.
Boston Athletics would like to celebrate the class of 2021. The 3 members of this year's senior class have been integral members of the UMass Boston softball program since they stepped on campus. As freshmen, they helped the Beacons become the first team in Little East Conference history to win the LEC softball tournament as a 6 seed. They came back as sophomores and played key roles in leading the Beacons to their 4th straight LEC championship series. Their most important feat may have been what they've accomplished over the past 14 months. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, these 3 young women have served as mentors, advisors, and the backbone of the UMass Boston softball program. Our first senior to be honored is number 21, Tori DeCenso. Tori has been a constant source of energy and enthusiasm ever since she stepped on campus. The Beacons starting first baseman has consistently provided a big source of power in the middle of the Beacons lineup. As a sophomore, Tori became the 7th player in program history to hit 2 home runs in a single game when she batched 2 homers and recorded 5 RBI in a win over San State. She came into today's doubleheader tied for 11th in program history with 4 career home runs. She also has proven time and time again that she has the clutch gene. Tori has posted 3 career walk-off hits, including 2 against conference foe Castleton University, and a walk-off home run in the LEC tournament against UMass Dartmouth. An exercise and health science major hailing from Lynn, Massachusetts, number 21, Tori DeCenso. Our second senior to be honored is number 10, Drew Washington. Drew is a team-first player who has overcome a tremendous amount of obstacles to earn the starting job in right field as a senior. She came to UMass Boston as a pitcher, but shoulder injuries sidelined her and kept her from completing her career in the circle. She came right back and worked tirelessly to become a key pinch hitter as a sophomore and a big bat in the Beacons lineup this season. As a sophomore, she broke up a no-hit bid by Eastern Connecticut State University in the LEC tournament and enjoyed the best game of her career against Madison College with 3 hits, a run scored, and an RBI in 3 at-bats. This season, she has started in every contest and came into today's contest hitting .286 with 3 runs scored and 2 RBI. An exercise health science major hailing from Bordentown, New Jersey, number 10, Drew Washington. Our final senior to be honored is number 8, Kelly Danahy. Kelly has been a starting second baseman ever since she stepped on campus and has thrived in that role. On top of her tremendous offensive and defensive play, Kelly has served as a constant source of energy, leadership, and optimism. As a freshman, she became just the 3rd player in program history to be named to the LEC All-Conference first team. She led the Beacons in batting average and finished the year hitting a whopping .432 in LEC play. Despite a 2-year layoff, she looks like she's right back to that same level of production, if not even better. Kelly came into today's action 2nd in the LEC with her .583 batting average and leads the Beacons in hits, runs, and doubles. For her career, Danahy is hitting .328 with 87 hits, 15 doubles, 33 RBI, and 47 runs scored in 91 games. A nursing major hailing from Kingston, Massachusetts, number 8, Kelly Danahy.